The scream cut across the bright afternoon like a blade, sharp enough to freeze the heart of anyone who heard it. Cars hummed in the distance, sunlight glinted off shop windows, and people moved about unaware. But to Rowan Hale, every instinct from his years as a Navy SEAL surged to life in a single electric second. His 8-year-old daughter Aria tugged at his sleeve, her small voice trembling as she pointed across the parking lot. "Daddy, please help her." And when Rowan followed her gaze, he saw a young woman cornered by 5 men behind a delivery truck, their posture tense and aggressive. What happened next would change everything. For him, for Aria, for the woman they saved, and even for someone much higher up who would soon arrive. If you believe kindness and second chances matter, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Chronicles to support stories that inspire hearts every day. Rowan didn't hesitate. He stepped forward, steady and controlled, the quiet daylight illuminating his calm expression. He told Aria to stay by the open car door and keep her eyes on him. Then he moved, not with reckless fury but with precise, trained purpose, every step measured, every breath controlled. The 5 men barely had time to register his presence before Rowan placed himself between them and the trembling woman. His voice was calm yet firm, carrying no threat but no weakness either. In the daylight, he looked like any other single dad in jeans and a gray t-shirt, but the discipline in his eyes told a different story. They lunged. Rowan reacted. He used momentum instead of force, redirecting grabs with clean movements, striking only enough to disarm and incapacitate without lasting harm. He didn't fight to injure, he fought to stop, to protect. The daylight made everything strangely clear. The shadows soft and the world almost still around them. Within moments the men retreated, stunned by the quiet strength of someone who fought like he'd already lived. Through worse battles than they could imagine. The young woman stumbled backward, breathing fast, her long dark hair sticking to her forehead from fear. Rowan helped her steady herself without crowding her, guiding her to sit on the curb where she could breathe in the warm afternoon air. Aria rushed over, wrapping her small arms around her father before turning her worried gaze toward the woman. "Are you okay?" Aria asked softly, her voice full of innocence and genuine care. The woman blinked away tears. I think so, thank you, both of you." Rowan gave her space to gather herself, offering his jacket for her shaking hands. He didn't ask what the men wanted. He knew people sometimes didn't have the strength to explain right away. Instead, he kept his voice steady and grounding. "You're safe now, you're not alone." Her name, she said in a whisper, was Maren Lockridge. Rowan noticed the exhaustion in her face, the kind that came from long-term fear rather than a single moment of danger. There was something heavy in her eyes, a weight born from responsibility, loss, and a pressure most people would never understand. When the police arrived minutes later, Maren asked Rowan and Aria to stay with her during the questioning. She clung to Rowan's jacket around her shoulders like it was the only thing keeping her steady. Rowan didn't pry, only offered calm reassurance, answering questions clearly when asked. After everything settled and the men were taken away, Maren finally relaxed enough to breathe normally. She looked at Rowan with a mix of gratitude and disbelief, as if unsure how to thank someone who had stepped in without hesitation. "I don't know why you helped me," she said quietly. Rowan simply nodded. "Because someone needed help." Aria chimed in with her bright innocence. "Daddy always helps people. He says the world gets better when good people do something." Those words softened Maren's expression, and for a moment it was clear she hadn't heard kindness spoken so simply in a long time. As the afternoon light mellowed, Rowan offered to drive Maren somewhere safe. He couldn't just leave her alone after what she'd been through. She hesitated but agreed, sliding into the back seat while Aria held her hand gently. During the drive, the sense of unease in Maren never vanished fully. She kept glancing out the window, scanning the world like someone expecting a threat around every corner. Rowan recognized that look. He had worn it once too. He asked nothing personal until Maren finally spoke on her own. "My father, he's someone people look up to, someone important. But lately, I feel like I'm being watched because of who he is, and I didn't want him to worry, so I kept everything to myself." Her voice cracked slightly. "I thought I could handle it." Rowan didn't comment, but her words sifted through his mind. Someone important. Someone people looked up to. Rowan's instinct sharpened, not in suspicion, but in awareness. Arya reached over and squeezed Marin's hand. You don't have to be scared now. Daddy's really strong. Marin laughed softly for the first time. I noticed. As the general security team prepared to escort Marin home safely, she paused before leaving. She turned to Rowan, her voice soft but filled with sincerity. You didn't just protect me. You gave me back the feeling that the world still has good people. I won't forget that. Rowan nodded, but Arya simply smiled. Daddy helps everyone. When the SUVs finally pulled away, Rowan held his daughter's hand as they walked toward their car. The world felt a little different, quieter, more meaningful. Arya looked up at him with wide, wondering eyes. Daddy, do you think she'll be okay? Rowan smiled gently. Yes, sweetheart, I think she will. If this story touched your heart even a little, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Chronicles. Your support helps these emotional, real-feeling stories reach more people who need hope. Special request? Comment. Kindness matters if you believe brave hearts still make the world better.